Of course, that being said, I know that when something is unfamiliar, usually it's unwelcome, maybe a little bit scary, and the first time I started playing Breath of the Wild, I kind of had a negative reaction. Although I think a big part of why I hated it so much was just because I hated the new Nintendo Switch controller. I eventually got used to it, but starting off with this weird square box controller and these tiny little joysticks, I was really not enjoying that at first. And it was the first time I bought a Nintendo system where I was like, I can't believe I bought this day one. This was just a waste of money. That plus I was still doing the tutorial, so I was still figuring out exactly what the game was, what I was supposed to be doing, all the changes that they had made, and it was just this weird ball of like, I was just not enjoying it. There wasn't really much of a story yet, or at all, but that's a different rant for a different video. I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't know where to go, I didn't know how to survive in the cold. My character was super weak, they were throwing all these new abilities at me that I was still just learning how to do. And so far there was only one other character outside of Zelda talking in my head. I was worried that the entire game was gonna be just me wandering around the woods, not really seeing anybody because like everybody's, I guess, dead because of what happened, and the Hyrule Castle's been taken over, and there's no signs of civilization anywhere. I knew where I was supposed to go, but I didn't know how to get there. I was trying to climb up mountain walls that I couldn't do because I didn't have enough stamina. And I was so used to just having my hand held where, you know, you start in a village and you talk to all these people and you figure out what's going on little by little, and it feels like overly excessive. It's like, yeah, come on, I know how to swing my sword. Or they'll show you exactly where you need to go, like they'll zoom in on it slowly, like, yeah, I can see it, you just pointed to it, like I don't need a slow zoom in. But this, I'm like, where's my slow zoom ins? How am I supposed to get over there? You just made me zoom in on my, like, with my little telescope thing. I don't know, what's going on? So yeah, I hated it. I remember like the next day telling people like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is the worst Zelda game. Like, I don't know why, like, I can't believe I stood in line to get a Switch last night just to get this freaking game. And then I finally completed the tutorial. I had completed the 4 shrines, I went back to the Temple of Time, and that's when the story started to unfold, kind of, and they were like, here's your paraglider. Just go wherever. And I did. And that's when I started to realize what this game is and when I started falling in love with it.